try things once, see if I like it, try it twice just to make sure I don't like it. Singlets for powerlifting, you should only ever wear black. There is no reason to wear a colorful singlet. At least like here. If you're pulling your pants off and a girl says something about your calves, you got other problems.
Why it's important to stay humble, going through everything I have been through, is knowing that we're only one injury away from it all being over.
So I've been doing weight training like the last 3 weeks. They told me like nothing over 10 pounds till 6 weeks. I think I made it 5 weeks, and then I felt good enough to like start doing some machines. I started like very basic at like full body movements twice a week. And I was really interested to see what like my creatinine levels were. Being a byproduct of muscle waste, I wanted to make sure I wasn't putting myself at a disadvantage. But actually when I started doing more activity, my numbers improved. And some of that is just time away from surgery. Like the further I get, the better those numbers are gonna get. But it really didn't have an effect. So I was comfortable enough to add it up to 3 days of weightlifting. So now I'm doing like 1 full body day, then I do an upper and lower day later in the week. And next week will be 2 months out of surgery. I'll be 8 weeks out, so I'm gonna go upper body, lower body twice a week. So 4 days of weights. If the labs stay good, then I'll add in another day of like conditioning, just straight cardio for 40 minutes. If I do well with that, maybe another day, a couple weeks down the road. But really 4 days a week was my target. And maybe a deload with 3 days a week. I was trying to stay to like that 15 to 20 rep range like I talked about, but they ended up needing to put me back on prednisone, and that like shoots my heart rate way up. And I'm like I'm already out of breath. So they've been decreasing my dosage, but yesterday was my last day at 20 milligrams. So it's gonna take a little bit for my body to reacclimate. But they just extended me 2 more months at 5 milligrams. I was so looking forward to getting off of it. Like I added like 15 pounds of water since I've been on this shit. Like I saw the latest YouTube that just came out, and I compared it to like when I first got out of the hospital. I was like, God damn, man, my face looks horrible. It's temporary and like outside of vanity, dude. If it means a better longevity for my kidney, like who gives a fuck what your face looks like for 3 months? I can handle it. People, he's back on the juice. No, I'm not. When I was out in LA at like the peak of my career, somebody from Saudi Arabia owned a few gyms, and he offered like me 20 grand to go out there for a week and give out 2 seminars. It's basically like 10 grand a seminar. But I just hate traveling so much. And at that time I was busy like trying to open my own gym. I didn't do it, but 20 grand for a week's work, man. I'd do it now. I'm available. Dude, prednisone's a bitch. I don't know how fucking people deal with that shit. You don't sleep, it makes you agitated. You're like in a bad mood.
It's like the worst kind of like recovery drug there could be.
Yeah, it's the worst for recovery. You're already like not in a good mental state. Like even Adam Sandler movies weren't making me laugh. I'm like, this is bad. I threw up the last time I did shrooms. But I also ate like a fucking quarter of them. I ate a whole full quarter ounce. Yeah, I was like tripping a little bit, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling these. And then I ate the rest of them. I'm like, oh. And I ended up in like some wild ass party that had like multiple bonfires. It felt like I was going to different countries. And then somewhere along the lines, I'm like walking through the woods, and these rednecks are like shooting a fucking TV with a shotgun. I'm like, let me try that.
Jesus, where were you? Really...
Like cornfield, fucking middle of nowhere, Illinois. Like I went to my buddy's house. It was like an old mink farm. Like people are like, oh, I don't get visuals on shrooms. I'm like, dude, people's faces were melting. From ages 9 to like 18 were very informative years for Steve. There's a lot of like, try things once, see if I like it, try it twice just to make sure I don't like it. I trained with a pro bodybuilder and he had like smaller joint insertions. He had small calves and he said the same thing. He's like, he'd get trolled on his calves. And he's like, dude, like you think I know how to develop every other muscle in my body, but for some reason, but I choose not to train calves. Like, and then you get this feedback from like somebody that's just like Austin. He's like genetically just built with big calves.
Massive.
Doesn't matter what that guy does, he's gonna have big legs.
Exactly.
The only people that have ever commented on my calves are dudes. Like I've never been at a beach and a girl's like, "Where's your calves?" Or like I've never been naked and a girl mentioned my calves.
Yeah, and it's like, oh man.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a deal breaker. If you're pulling your pants off and a girl says something about your calves, you got other problems. You can leave that. You can leave that.
Oh, coming here?
Yeah, well, you're shaming me. Now I feel obligated to train calves. Sam Sulek?
Yeah.
Has he ever competed?
No.
Dude, I don't get the hype, man. Like I'm not hating on Sam, but like this Arnold Schwarzenegger took a picture of him, like Lee Priest, all these like legends of the sport, and I'm like, this dude hasn't even done anything yet. Like, why is everybody fucking dick riding?
Wasn't planning on things.
Yeah, because I never paid attention to the dude, and then I click on his profile. He's got like 5 million followers, and he's like posting with all these dudes, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
People were ready for a change in that. People
Good.
were
Well,
getting tired.
if that's the case, then good, man. I'm getting fucking sick of that shit.
Yeah.
It's like all these people that make these dumbass fucking videos just for attention. Like,
And Sanders trains.
good.
A lot of people like that.
Then maybe I'll start following him. Yeah, I was just confused on why. Like, I'm not trying to hate on Sam or, like I said about online coaching last time. I'm like, I don't hate the hustle. I just question why everybody jumps in line. People always showed off their bodies, right? Like even the women, they would be working out in sports bras and short shorts, but they weren't taking cameras and like putting it in angles where it was like, come on. That has nothing to do with fitness.
Come on now.
Yeah, but even dudes, man, like there's like me getting ready for the day and the guy walks out in a towel and then like puts on his underwear and it's like a clear fucking dick print and you're just like, what does that got to
Yeah,
do?
like, why are you filming that?
Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't on my Explore page, but we'll say it was on someone's that I know. Yeah. Like singlets for powerlifting, you should only ever wear black. There is no reason to wear a colorful singlet. At least like here. Anything, like you want colors up here, that's cool. Keep it black. And like we all know now, the number one indicator for a longer life, like people thought it was heart health or diet or whatever, and it's actually thigh strength. How strong are your thighs? Getting up and down stairs. Like people that live longer generally live in areas where they have to like climb elevations, like closer to beaches and like going up and down stairs. The minute you get immobile, like those little rascals, those scooters, you see these they're fucking death sentence. It is. But like here in America, we make everything so easy to be out of shape and sick and like we all know that it's calories in versus calories out for maintaining a body weight or even losing weight or gaining weight. But as far as like sculpting the body, like you need to actually build tissue for that. So if you want shape, like you want glutes, everybody wants like shoulder lines, but they think like they can do it with, and you can like push-ups or yoga poses, like it can, but for most people, they need to be doing weight training. It takes a little bit more. Some people just have better genetic structures than others. Some people need to work out harder than others. It's just a sad reality of the genetic lottery. Like, there's gonna be people that work out very little and look better than you. Like look at any girl or any guy with a good body and they like automatically get a following. And then they put on, oh, I'm selling this program or buy my 8-week seminar. And it's like, what makes this person qualified to do that? And nobody questions it, you know? They got a good butt, they got a big butt and they're, oh, I can help you build glutes. It's like the same thing with these guys with big calves. I can help you build calves. Fuck it, I'd probably sign them. Yeah, but that's the thing. Guys will hit me up to be like, I want to be, like, teach me how to bench. And what worked for me doesn't work for them. You know, like I'm actually better at coaching squats because that was really hard for me. I had to figure that out. It took a lot more effort, so I got really good at it. So I'm a better squat coach than I am a bench coach, but people will hire me specifically because I had a big bench at a lighter body weight. There was a lot of things I wasn't prepared for. Like I really thought they were gonna tell me like, oh, you gotta be at like 50 grams of protein a day. I walked in to see my nutritionist 3 days after my surgery when they, like, cause I was on a water diet for a week. They basically were like giving me glucose through a tube after 3 days because it started to drop too low. And like, so I was on like no calories at all. And she's like, we need you to eat 200 grams of protein a day. And I was like, what the fuck? 200 grams of protein a day? Just right off the bat. And she's like, well, especially the first 3 months, because it needs to repair, you're gonna need all those amino acids. So I was like, does it need to be plant-based or like meat products? She's like, it really doesn't matter, which surprised me. You know, I wasn't expecting that. Like, I did a lot of like outside research, which is a bad idea going into anything. Like, if you're gonna get a knee replacement or like, don't go online looking to see what you should expect. Like, just find the best doctor you can find and then trust their advice. So I have a really good team. Nutritionist, I have a good nephrologist, I had one of the best transplant surgeons in the country. And like like even the other guys I know that have had transplants recently who I've been talking to online, like their process looks different than mine, but like I seem to be doing a little bit better than some of these other guys. And I you know, give credit to my team. So there's a lot of things that I didn't think I'd be doing right now that I am, and just trusting the process, you know. But the goals stay the same, you know, a 2K total at 250 body weight with a healthy kidney. If I can do those things, which I think I can, then I can walk away being satisfied. You know, I'll never be fully satisfied. I think anybody who's had some success in any amount of capacity can agree, like you're never gonna be fully satisfied. But at least I'll walk away on my own terms.